The Squid Game legend has finally come to an end with its third season, and honestly, I am already feeling that emptiness the show left behind. And I know many of you feel the same way. The good news is, there is a brand new spin-off coming very soon to fill that void. So, let's dive straight into the details. First, let me quickly remind you how the series wrapped up, because the finale gave us a pretty thrilling moment. In the final game that closed this incredible saga, we saw Gi-hun make a heroic sacrifice for the newborn baby of player 222. It was a totally unexpected twist, for sure. As a result, the baby became the new winner of the game. About 6 months later, the frontman left the baby and the prize money in the care of Detective Junho. On top of that, the frontman also delivered Gi-hun's winnings to his daughter living in the US. And then came that incredible scene, the frontman roaming the streets of Los Angeles and encountering none other than Cate Blanchett, who appeared as a recruiter. That jaw-dropping moment surely sparked tons of spin-off theories in everyone's mind. And here's the good news. Your gut feeling isn't wrong, because a spin-off really is on the way. Now, let's take a closer look at this exciting new Squid Game spin-off. The most surprising part is that it is going to be directed by the legendary filmmaker David Fincher. We know him from his iconic films like Fight Club, Seven, and Gone Girl. We can confidently expect him to bring that same dark, mysterious atmosphere he is famous for to this new series. Adding to that, Dennis Kelly, the brilliant writer behind shows like Utopia and The Third Day, will be the screenwriter for the spin-off. So, with talents like these, we can definitely look forward to something special. As for the story itself, here is what we know so far. Cate Blanchett will star as the lead recruiter, and the series will follow her journey as she gathers players for the American version of Squid Game. Although the official plot details are still under wraps, fans have come up with some pretty compelling theories. One popular theory is that Kate's character might be a former player herself, much like Gi-hun was. Fans think she might even be working from within the system, trying to sabotage the game and save players from the inside. Another intriguing theory fits perfectly with David Fincher's signature style. This spin-off could reveal the dark secrets behind the scenes of Squid Game. It might dive deep into the conflicts between the staff running the games, exploring what really happens behind the closed doors of this nightmarish operation. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. Cate Blanchett's character is probably more than just a recruiter. We should prepare ourselves for a much darker and more complex story this time. Unlike the previous seasons, where the hero was willing to sacrifice everything to protect others, the lead here might actually be someone whose job is to harm people, making her more of a villain than a savior. It is a fresh and thrilling twist that definitely raises the stakes. Squid Game US will be like this, but if you ask whether we will only watch this spin-off related to the series, I have good news, because another show set in the Squid Game universe is likely to come. The original creator, Hwang Dong-hyuk, said, "I actually had this faint ideation about possibly a spin-off, not a sequel, but maybe a spin-off about the 3-year gap between Season 1 and Season 2, when Gi-hun looks around for the recruiters. Is this spin-off about what the recruiters, Captain Park, the officers, or the masked men were doing during that 3-year gap? If so, count me in." He also added that the series could take place not in the gaming arena, but entirely in the world outside the arena. Do these themes remind you of someone? Of course, David Fincher. What do you think maybe Hwang Dong-hyuk, who mentioned being a fan of David Fincher, will create an amazing Squid Game background series together with him? And I can say that the doors are wide open for this, because when he was asked about what would happen after Squid Game Season 3, he said, "Season 3 is indeed a finale, and you'll be able to feel that once you watch. But I'm not trying to say that I'm going to close the door to spin-offs or sequels altogether, because they say never. So now, the big question everyone is asking is, when can we expect these spin-offs? Unfortunately, there is no confirmed production or release date yet. But from what we know, these projects have been in the works, or at least in the planning stages, for quite some time. Considering that filming for Squid Game US is set to begin in December 2025, a 2027 release seems like a realistic and likely timeline for the spin-offs to start hitting our screens. What about you? How do you feel about a Squid Game set in the US? Does the idea of a new spin-off series with a darker, more mysterious vibe get you excited? To stay updated on Squid Game, subscribe and like this video. Also, check this one next.